Hi, I'm Reverend Natalie Dean, and we're back with you with the Emma Curtis Hopkins movement. So today I wanted to talk about the aspect of receiving, because this is such a great thing to do. It is a beautiful thing to receive. You know, when we're going through different spiritualities, or we're going through different classes in spirituality, or we're going through different religions, you know, one of the great things that they're always telling us is about being a great giver, especially in churches. They want to tell us, you know, the more you tithe, the more that you'll get. Now, I have a whole different viewpoint about tithing. Um, I don't believe in the aspect of tithing to get something in return. I believe that if you want to give to a church or any situation or any association or whatever, church, school, building, I don't care what it is, you want to be able to give that money because you want to support the cause. It's not about you getting something in return, but more or less that you want to support something. You want to see something grow. You want to see God's plan work out somehow, some way. And by giving that money, they're going to get it. Whenever I donate my time, donate money, do whatever, I don't say, okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to get this wonderful gift in return. The gift for me, if there is one, is the fact that I can see a smile or joy in somebody's life, that somehow I have moved that person's life, something's going to change for them. That is what I get out of every single situation. But the aspect of tithing to get something in return, for me, is a falsehood. You know, everybody should be doing good because they want to do good. You know, and we shouldn't be forced to give a certain amount to this aspect that, oh, you got to give 10%. Oh, that's when you receive. Because if you give anything lower than that, oh, you're not going to get anything really back in return. It's just false. It's almost like forcing people to give money. I've known people to give money when they didn't have a dime. And they gave that 10% while they weren't eating. And it's not that they gave the 10% and then they were rewarded with food, because you still have to work on your consciousness. It does not matter how much money you give. It really doesn't. Because that aspect of tithing then doesn't work. Because if your consciousness is that, you know, you don't believe in yourself, you never get anything, but yet you're tithing so that you could get something, but you don't believe, then you're still not going to get anything because your mind hasn't worked out the union between you and God. You're not seeing your oneness. You don't believe in yourself. Therefore, whatever you're going to project out when you're giving this money forth is what you're going to get in return, which is nothing. So if you're going to church and you seem like you're down on your luck and nothing seems to be working for you, your mindset has to change before you tithe, because if you really believe that if you tithe, you're going to get something in return, it's just not going to work. And I often tell people that if you're going to give something, you should give what you can. You should give what you want. It does not matter what the amount is at all. You give what you can. And the person, the receiver, should accept that, you know what, this is money that I didn't have before. I am grateful. Not to chastise the amount, not to say, oh, you got to give more. I've had other ministers say to me, oh, you know, if you give this X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works in my life. I will get what I think, what God has guided me to give to the church, the situation, or whatever the case may be. Now, I've been, like I said last time, I've been taking a wonderful class with Reverend Shauna Marie. She's from Healing Truth Center, and it's all been about prosperity in our consciousness and what we believe about ourselves and how we relate to consciousness, what tools we use to get, you know, this aspect of prosperity. Are we worthy? Are we deserving? These are the wonderful things that I have learned. And one aspect is about being the receiver instead of just always being the giver. Now, for example, I'm a person that's giving, I give 110% of my time to everybody. And there are some times when I'm always saying that people want to give me stuff, and I said, no, no, thank you. Or they want to help me in some kind of way. And I said, oh, no, I've got this. No, Natalie doesn't do that anymore. Natalie says, thank you, thank you, thank you, namaste, all that good stuff, because it is good to receive. That is God saying, job well done. Here you go. Take it. I'm here to give you some time off of your back. I'm here to tell you that you can move your life, that you're moving your life in a wonderful way. And there's nothing wrong with saying thank you to somebody or accepting somebody's gift that is trying to say, you know what? I love you. Thank you for being a wonderful giver. So you open out your arms to the universe and I say, I receive, I receive, I receive all the good in the universe and watch it flow. But as I say this, as you say this, you have to be in a place where you believe in yourself. You have to be in a place where you think that you are worthy and deserving of receiving all the aspects of the universe. Because it just doesn't work. It's like, you can read the Bible over and over and over, and somebody confronts you, you can, just spew the different verses in the Bible to them. But if you don't understand the Bible, those verses are going to have no effect whatsoever. And if you're attacking somebody with the verses, Bible verses, it's still not going to work whatsoever. Because the Bible is basically a story about love, a story about forgiveness, a story about somebody really surrendering to God and saying, God and my Father are one, and I command all things. Be ye saved. It has some wonderful words and affirmations that you can use on a daily basis. That's on the surface. But if you really understand, you are the key to unlocking all the wonderful features of the Bible. There's so many more words than what you see there that will explode in front of you when you are ready to be open. And when I say when you are ready to be open is when you are ready to receive the messages of the Bible. You are the key. Therefore, you have to understand your oneness. Your heart has to be so full of love. You really want to have some kind of understanding of how you are connected to the earth, how you are connected to God, how you are connected to everything around you. This is when you are able to truly read the Bible. And at that point, you will never spew out a verse to somebody else. Because 9 times out of 10, as Emma says, those that just spew out Bible verses really don't understand it. They just think, okay, I'm going to throw this at them, and then they're going to shut their mouth. It doesn't really work like that. We have got to be understanding people. We've got to learn how to just say thank you and move with the times, move with this world. In our time today, there are a lot of things that are going on. People are fighting for their rights in many different countries. One of the things I'd like to talk about is Russia. And I think Russia is a beautiful country. But they have this thing against lesbians, gays, whatever. They have this thing. And there's a certain sense of brutality against them. And I honor the people that are trying to fight against this. Because we are in an era, in a century, where we are supposed to love one another. We don't have to understand who you love, why you love this. But what we need to see is that you love, period. It is an amazing concept. And I keep saying this. That people want to fight against two people coming together in love. And the fact that people can come out and say, well, what's next? Are people going to marry dogs, this, that, and that? It is stupid. It is stupid. It's amazing, that people are not so accepting in this world at this time. There was a time when people didn't want to see black and whites together, or two cultures mixing. And when two cultures mix and they have a child, that's one of the most beautiful child you've ever seen. And there's a message in that. And after a while, people got over it. Well, 95% of the people have gotten over it. And now people don't want to see two sexes together. Just get over it. It has nothing to do with you. They're coming together in love. Yet people will support war. They'll support hate. They'll support taking welfare out of people's hands. They'll support things that take away from somebody's life rather than accepting people that love one another. And the other thing is, I love animals. And on my Facebook page, I'm always posting things that reflect, animals, especially cats, because I have 2 of them. But I put all kinds of animals on my Facebook page. And one of the things that I've done research in or looked at is the fact that you can have different species of animals that they work well together. They love one another. They can befriend. There was a cat that befriended an owl, a dog that befriended a deer. And you have these puppies or not puppies, but the dogs or cats that will nurse, kittens, or a cat will nurse puppies. A puppy will nurse kittens back to life because they have that motherly instinct. They have that motherly love. And they're not thinking, well, you're not a dog, I can't do that. Or the cat's not thinking, you're not a cat, I can't feed you. It is instinct. They have that thing. They know love. They know nature. And I think that we need to take and learn from the animals that are getting along so well, while we are here and we struggle with the aspect of love. Remember, I receive, I receive, I receive is the lesson today. Remember to receive love and give love back. Namaste.